Hi everyone, welcome. Thank you for joining me. Thank you, chat monitors, for your help. I appreciate it. I'm checking to make sure everything is okay. I am back. Sorry, my weekend people, I couldn't make it. I was sick as a dog. Oh my God. I mean, even yesterday morning, I woke up, the ache basically was almost gone, but I had a headache. Or every time if I sit down and I stand up, I had a headache for about a minute or so. But today I went out, did my workout. I didn't feel anything. So I think I'm over the side effect, the usual side effect about that, misunderstanding vaccine and I have. But I rather have 1 day or 2 days sick than anything else. Okay. So there is a lawyer. I just watched a video this morning. I find it interesting. The name of the lady is JJ Legal. J Legal. And there is a lawyer who has a theory. And I wouldn't be surprised if someone tested. The country lawyer, I guess that's the way he calls himself, is Richard Alvey. And his theory is, I'm not an attorney, so I'm going to give it to you the best way I can. Any grand jury who's working on any case regarding Trump or any of those legal things that he starts can investigate the Supreme Court, subpoena them, and then they can subpoena Bundy and Trump as well. If you want the whole legal thing, look for JJ Legal. She has the theory, or I don't know if this lawyer has, Richard Alvey if he has a channel on YouTube. I didn't have a chance to look him up. But that's the theory. Any empaneled grand jury can basically go after the Supreme Court because they are the one who have enabled Trump to do everything that he's doing. And I would not be surprised. Do you guys remember I told you the justices on the Supreme Court are going to have some problems? When I was watching that video, that's what came to mind. That's why I am sharing it with you. Let's see what happens. And I wouldn't be surprised some people do it because intuitively I feel people who want to be dictators, okay, they never have enough. And as we know, Trump, that's his mentality, that's his personality, to keep pushing until he gets his way or somebody stops him. And that's what he's going to do. And intuitively, I don't have, well, some of my predictions are coming true. His poll numbers are dropping precipitously. And if I'm not mistaken, this weekend, okay, they are in their 30s, his poll numbers. So they are dropping. And once they reach low 30s, late 20s, he's got a problem. Okay? So I feel once those things, he's going to continue to push people in every way possible. He's going to continue attacking people on international waters. He's going to continue pushing ICE to do illegal stuff because that's the way he is. He doesn't respect the law. He's going to get a lot of them in trouble, but intuitively, that's what I'm getting. Okay? I would not be surprised if someone basically have grand juries go after the Supreme Court. I'm sure there are lawyers in here. Please let me know what you think about that. Please leave me comments. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not going to argue with anyone whether this is true or not. The only thing I feel, I told you, I did not know how, okay, the MAGA side of the court was going to have problems. And I wouldn't be surprised if this is what's going to bring it to them. Let's see what happens. And, like I said last week, this, where we are today, is beginning to make me feel when I was in my early teens, being in Haiti, and I was at the age where I had to be careful. I'm sure you guys remember I told you my car was seized by one of Papa Doc's secret police. Thank God I had a friend who played on the Papa Doc's baby docs. At that time, he wasn't president. He was my age. No, I think he was a year older than I. Okay, we were the same, almost the same age. He had a band in my neighborhood. Okay, and it's my neighborhood. It's like within the 2-3 blocks radius. We're all friends. Our families know each other's families and stuff. So one of those guys. In fact, I spoke to him a couple of months ago. He was my karate and judo boxing teacher. Okay, he's the one who went to get my car back. But the point I'm trying to make is, it's reminding me of those days. And I did not do anything to that brown shirt guy. They call him Makouts in Haiti. He just liked my car and he took it. Americans have not experienced these things. Trump is doing that type of stuff. That guy took my car. If you watch what Trump is doing, he got $15 million or $16 million from CBS. He racked another, I don't know how many millions from ABC, among others he's taking money from. Okay? Supposedly because they badmouth him or whatever he decides to accuse him of doing. What that Makut accused me of is, you have a nice car there. I want it. So he took me out. I was too young. So he took my car. Trump is doing similar things. Okay? That's only the beginning. It will get worse. And Trump is going to continue pushing for all kinds of crazy shenanigans. Yes, it is a sign that we are, at the moment, our country is experiencing dictatorship. Trump is trying to consolidate his power. It's not going to work because there is an article, I didn't put it that way, I read over the weekend. We the people are not with him. The majority of us are not with him. Although they did not mention other things that I feel that are going to cause this regime to collapse, are the lies. And they are trying to convince young people to join the rank. Young people are not stupid. They know when people are lying to them. And in a sense that they are trying to use the 9/10 situation to recruit young people and lie to them. It's not going to work. Okay? But intuitively, we are in the midst of a dictatorship. He's going to continue to push. He's going to accuse people of all kinds of stuff. He's accusing businesses. Now, what he's doing is he's accusing Democrats, just like he complained about he didn't lose the election. He's doing the same thing in order for him to accumulate power, and Republicans are going along with it. Because, first of all, I don't know what they are afraid of. Democrats are receiving a lot of threats. If they stood up, they would get a lot of points from the public. But they decide they're not going to stand up. They're going to fold and follow the dear leader. So they are going to continue to. Don't count on Republicans until Trump becomes vulnerable, which is coming. They're not going to do anything. And the reason why they're going to react is because right now they are willing to sell their souls to remain in power at any cost. But that's what's going to cost them the seats. Intuitively, Trump knows it, and he's going to continue to play them like a fiddle and force them and make them do things they don't want to do. And he won't care. And his loyalty, he doesn't care about being loyal to them. Not going to happen. So Trump is going to continue to do these things that the way he's been doing them. Democrats are fighting, but for example, you're fighting with somebody, you don't try to meet with them and try to negotiate with them. Dictators don't negotiate. They don't. If you think Papa Doc would negotiate with anybody, yeah. By the time you leave, before you hit the front gate of the palace, there would be an order to do you out. We have not reached that point yet in this country. But make no mistake about it. It's just a matter of time. Because if you watch Trump, and I saw a couple of clips, there is, intuitively I feel, there is something that's going on behind the scenes. The oligarchs in this country are lobbying Vance because they know Trump, it's a matter of time. And like I've always told you, Trump is a means to an end for them to get power, consolidate power, for Vance to take over. But it feels like to me, their lobbying is having an effect on Vance. If you look yesterday, I've been feeling it since last week, but yesterday, I've seen clips of him speaking at the 9/10 thing that they did yesterday, okay? The way he spoke and the way he has been speaking, it feels like to me he is willing to continue to a degree what Trump has started and enable the technocrats or tech oligarchs, however we want to call them, to start oppressing us. And those of you who remember a few years ago what I said about the super wealthy going to try to manipulate us, keep us hungry, sick, and everything else in order for them to enrich themselves. I don't know where they're going to have, what they're going to do with all that money. But they better think of what happened in France. Intuitively, if the oligarchs in our country are not careful, because I saw something Saturday in New York City. Something, I think it was, a lot of people were talking about make billionaires pay for their fair share or something to that effect. Okay, when I saw that, do you guys remember I said, at that time, there are certain things I don't want to be, I have to be careful how, or I don't say them. I said, we may end up having a dictatorship in this country if we don't have our priorities in the proper order, something to that effect. Thank you very much, Dinapi, for generosity and the super chat. I appreciate it. Dinapi said thank you. You're very welcome. Yes. Okay. If we don't have our priorities correct, and that's what's happening. A lot of people, those companies, they are putting their financial, their balance sheet before our country. And that will not only bring the unitary presidency that the technocrats want, but we're going to lose our democracy and our way of living because our economy is faltering. If we don't have the right people in place, it's not going to recover. Tariff is not going to help us. Everything, according to Project 2025, is basically dismantling our government. I'm not quite sure what they think. Let me make a prediction. As I'm saying this, that's what I'm getting. Even the Project 2025 creators would regret one day if they were to successfully implement what they created. That's how bad and intuitively I feel this is going to get, because we Americans are not used. Well, I've tested what poverty, seen what poverty, and see where they are taking this country, what it can generate. Oh, my friends, it's really, in America, as an immigrant, this is the worst place to be poor. If you are poor in Haiti, we are all in the same boat. And we were born not well off. So if you fall into poverty, people understand. Well, let's see how that plays in America. Not well. And I can intuitively, I am saying this, it won't end well at all, because we're going to have a situation like in France. I believe it was that's during the French Revolution, or Marie Antoinette or somebody like that says, let them eat cake or something. If they think things are bad right now, or the way things are going to be in about 6 months to a year from now, if something is not done about our economy within the next year, it's really going to be challenging. Not only to fix all the damages that are intentionally being inflicted, the dismantling of our healthcare and everything else, it's going to be very bad. And the people responsible will be held responsible legally. Violence may be part of it. That's what concerns me, and it scares me, because once people revolt, it's a big problem. And believe me, all those people you see talking today, like Brendan Carr, all these people thinking, they are the big poobahs. They'll be all in hiding or try to find another country to go to. They're going to leave us because we have no money to go anyplace else to live. We're stuck here. Yeah. Okay. So they will all regret what they've done. They will try to defend it. Oh, well, we're just trying something new. Hopefully it would be better for everyone. No. It was all about power. But my friends, this is what dictatorship looks like. The people who are tasting the full brunt of it are immigrants. But it's going to expand at some point to and intuitively I feel, because that's the way I'm getting. It's like everyone, because that's what Trump is trying to do right now, taking our First Amendment, among other rights, away. And if you can't speak, if something is wrong, that was like in Haiti. It was the same thing. Okay, if you complain, the government is not, there is no health care and it's Papa Doc's fault. Good luck. They will find you dead. Within the coming days of you ordering such a thing, how dare you blame Papa Doc? That's what they're doing right now. If you notice, that's already started. Some people in the MAGA movement, they don't understand because they've never experienced it. That's why they forced ABC to shut down Camel. But if they can do it to Camel, they can do it to anybody. And it's going to expand. That's why also some people, even MAGA, remember I guess I told you, MAGA was going to abandon Trump. Well, Trump is beginning to, I hope it continues, he's beginning to feel the effect that, yes, you know, we want you to be president for MAGAs, I mean, not us, but we're not going to let you take our rights away, because some of them are beginning to realize this is going to affect me too. If something is wrong, I can't accuse you of anything or try to make it better. Just like in Haiti, you can't speak. If you speak, you're dead. Things will never get better. Things, in fact, got worse. Because if you can't complain, or if you complain, you get killed. Only the oligarchs will profit and prosper. Like, I mean, I don't know. I have not been to Haiti in 54, 55 years. I don't know. But according to what I hear, the oligarchs in Haiti, they've been oligarchs, the same families, okay, since Papa Doc was there. They've always had the means to live above everyone else. They still have a lot of money. Papa Doc protected them, and that's what we're seeing in this country. They have no reason to complain. They have enough money, they can live in this country for 2 weeks, fly someplace to, live someplace else. They don't care. But guess what? Those same people right now are in charge of the gangs that are in Haiti, because there's a fight among them who wants control, among other things that, from what I understand, that are going on. Okay, there's potential for that to happen here as well. Elon Musk, we know how he is. He can decide one day he doesn't like Ellison or Gate and send his own private militia to attack those people. And then we have another problem in our hands. Yes, it is possible to happen in this country. Haiti is a poor country, and people think that's the only place it can happen. But it can happen here too. But those oligarchs right now, they are controlling everything. And if you notice, there is no one around Trump who can identify with you and I. They're all multi-billionaires or multi-millionaires. They don't care about us, or they don't understand us. And look at what Trump is doing. If you don't have any money, you can't come to this country. Is that what we want? Is that what's going to continue the advancement of this country? I don't think so. It took a mixture of people to keep the engine, development engine, and everything else in this country to keep moving forward. And Trump right now is tinkering with all those things intuitively. It's not going to make anything better for any of us. What it's going to do is what I predicted a couple of years ago. Keep us hungry, thirsty, and doing everything we can to keep a roof over our head. But yes, we are right in the middle of a dictatorship. He is just pushing all the different buttons to make sure he controls us. He can't do it yet. Like I said, he tests new things and see how, if you're going to push back. But my friend, it's not going to work. And yesterday, during the 9 thing that he was, the celebration of the 9/10 event, okay, the way he said he feels about people who have anything against them or he has anything against them is not going to bring our country together. But intuitively, I feel it's an opportunity for another leader to step in to do the right thing. And intuitively, I don't feel that phrase. Yes, it resonates with some people in his base, not for the majority of this country. And people don't want what they think because they've never felt it, but what the direction that they think he wants to take us. It's beginning to be obvious to a lot of people. Even MAGA, I don't trust Ted Cruz and Rand Paul. But even they are concerned because they know, Ted Cruz knows, because according to what I understand, his father came to this country when after Castro took over or something to that effect, among others. And according to report, Rubio or the State Department was supposed to pull our passports if we said anything against Israel or something to that effect. He said no, they're not going to do that. It's because he knows, first of all, it's against the First Amendment, but number two, what happened in Cuba? Once you do that and people accept it, it takes root. Everything is possible after that. Once they shut you down, that's the very first and critical step besides getting the military to follow your orders, regardless of what it is. The next thing is because they can't kill all of us if we start protesting. But first of all, they declare, speech. They curtail it. And then they said, you can't protest anymore. Oh yeah, in Haiti, the protesting never happened. That's why I was shocked when I was young. Protest? What's that? I didn't know. I mean, I knew a group of people get together, but I had never seen it before. It was like, are you serious? Yeah. That will be the next step. You can't speak, you can't protest. Once you lose those 2 rights, the rest is easy. And then controlling the media, he's got it. Like I was saying earlier, I said to you a couple of years ago, if we didn't have our priorities in the right way, okay, we put money. I didn't say it that way. I just said our priorities. But what I meant was we put money before our country. it would be a problem. And that's where we are today. The oligarchs are doing it. Okay? And it's the pretext is, well, it would be better for our company to become larger, bigger, we create more money. Yeah, right. Until, just like they took my car, the guy said, who are you? Nice car. I want it. Get out. They'll do the same thing for your company. Or, not too long ago, in fact, Orban did that to a company in Hungary. The owner had to leave the country. Yes. They will do the same thing here. In fact, he'd been even worse. They will start doing all those things. It's no different. We are all human beings, regardless of our race, creed, or color. And you know something? The basis for what I'm telling you is already in effect. I am sure it's 1229. Holman, $50,000. He was paid $50,000 to help some people. Okay, some kind of business of something. Guess what? As I'm sure you guys heard, they dropped the investigation. He's free. He's doing whatever he wants. It's going to come back to bite now. But yes, that's the beginning. The same thing with the January 6th people. He released them. Among other things, the guys, remember I told you there's a lot happening behind the scenes we don't know about yet. Corruption. Holman is one. It's only the beginning, and we don't know how many times he's done this. Okay? And to whatever I feel, there's a lot more that had to come out. And the next thing is persecuting his enemies or perceived enemies. They can accuse you of anything. And they are doing it already. And it's only going to get worse if they are not stopped. If people don't start saying, no, we're not going to tolerate this. Challenges ahead. It's going to get worse. But we, the people, are going to stop it. Like I said earlier, going after the Supreme Court, if that theory works, that will save, or that will go a long way, besides the protests, and to helping us getting a foothold and to bringing back our country the way it was before this whole shenanigans started. Like I said, I can confuse time. I've already said that. And I'm not sure which one of those things is going to get us out of this situation. But they will fail. Our country will survive. And it's not going to happen overnight. Over time, do better. That's my prediction. This is not going to last. It's all built on lies anyway. And we can see right through the lies. You know something? I was thinking about that the other day. The old playbook that Russia, Orban and these people, and this day and age, it won't work going forward. Because when those guys were applying those things, communication was not where it is today. And the ability for flash protest to happen. Today we can have flash protest. They didn't have that then. Remember I told you, all those tools are going to be used to fight those anti-democratic clique or groups and keep this country a democracy. That's my prediction. Okay. Sorry about that. I didn't realize, well, I had to talk about that legal theory. Let me see if anybody said anything. I'm sorry. Anna Parada says that's crazy. The crazy part is she didn't say anything wrong and out of line, but was used to get a higher pay, but my daughter paid the price. Okay, I don't know what that is. Let's see if there are any questions or comments. Oh, the files will be released. The files will be released. There is no doubt about it. Raymond Pasquale says they won't release the files because they are the files. Because they are the files, yeah. Delajin says all these lawsuits Trump is throwing out there, he has to do deposition. Yes, he's stuck, yes. It's in the music says, hi, thank you for your generosity. It's in the music. Happy you feeling better. Thanks. Yes. Oh, today, a lot better today. I was able to go work out. I couldn't do that yesterday. Shell 520, I doubt it. I think we're going to at least have a couple of days. The way I'm getting our democratic leadership, the only thing is, dictators don't negotiate. And if they're not careful, Trump will humiliate them. Okay? But the notion that they're going to negotiate with Trump, the probability of them negotiate with Trump is probably 15%, 10% for them to avoid a shutdown. It's small because Trump feels like everything, he thinks he's more powerful than he is, and that's the problem. Okay? Because like I said, this is America. Some of the chances they are taking, to me, is risky, very risky. Okay. So I doubt intuitively, I doubt the government will remain open. Sorry, friends. That's the way I'm getting it. Believe me, I'm concerned about it too. Okay. But Democrats are in no mood to play the games that my guy wants to play. Yes, Kenneth Blensley, it's growing, but my views are not growing. That's what I'm trying to fix, and I can't find the right way of doing it. I know I have, I've decreased the ads, okay, but that didn't help. But I'm going to continue because I'm looking where in the settings for YouTube where I can fix it so that I have less ads. I have to go and manually do it. I don't know yet how to do it. I keep looking for where to do it. I have not been successful, so I'm going to keep. I've been working on it until I find it. Okay. Sue says, how could oligarchs prosper when you destroy the economy, when people become poor? Oh, because those guys have enough money. We're talking about billionaires. And you know something? They are involved in other companies, in other businesses that may not be based here. Their businesses are international. The tech oligarchs, they couldn't care less, my friends. They have enough money to do anything they want for their 6th or 7th generation to live without ever having any worry about working. Okay? So that's not even on the card for them. You and I, yeah. But the oligarchs, no. I mean, look at the Ford Foundation and these foundations. I mean, they do good work for the country. But how long have these foundations been in existence? Let's say, for example, somebody like the guy who owns Fox News, the Murdochs. Okay. If they were all conservatives like their dad, like Langhorne, or something like that, I don't remember his name, who inherited Fox News among the conservative outlets. If that entire family was like that, oh well, yeah, the Koch brothers. I think the Koch brothers are better than what I'm seeing. Like, for example, the people at the Heritage Foundation. Okay, I don't know who finances that organization. The Koch brothers, how long they've been supporting conservative causes. Okay, so they have those type, but it seems like they are leery of some of the things that Trump is doing. Okay, but the reason why I gave those examples is you can go back, how far back these people have dedicated their money. They left the money and it's invested in many different businesses, and they keep using it to promote the cause of whoever created the funds. And it's been going for generations. Yeah. So, I mean, this is my analysis intuitively. That's what I feel. So please let me know if I'm wrong. Please leave comments. Let me know, even if I can't respond to everyone, but I'll do something depending on how many. Okay. Let's see. I am looking for questions. Raymond Di Pasquale says, imagine if you will, a cult so depraved that one of their own kills one of their own for not being one of their own enough. Dragon. The thing is, yeah, that is very true, but you see what Trump is trying to do, blame it on liberals. And what's his name? Vance did the same thing too. Blaming, I didn't watch it. I don't know if there were other people who did that, but I know Trump and Vance are trying to deflect and blame other people. And that's what's going to cause them to lose the younger generation. Like everything else, there's going to be a small minority that are going to stay with them no matter what. Okay? But the younger generation, they're trying to recruit the young conservatives. They're not going to go for the lie. They're not stupid. You know? The minute they find out, you lose them. So just like everyone else, the minute they find out you're lying to them, sayonara, they're gone. Okay. Hi, Nana Binana. Let's see. I think this is it, my friends. Thank you very much for spending time with me. Thank you, chat managers, for your help. I appreciate it. If anyone would like a reading from me, the link to my website is below the video, psychicmedia.com, or please feel free to call me or text me on my YouTube number. If you like the channel, please subscribe. If you're not a subscriber yet, I'm trying to get to 1 million. And please don't forget to tap on the notification bell. Please give me a thumbs up. That would help me a lot. Thank you. Those of you who usually come to my Monday evening sessions or show, I'll see you later. Till then, bye.